a dictator, a mob boss, an evil mastermind, and you know
from Greece.
And
Greece is going to take over the world.
And you know that he's evil because he wears an ascot.
Yeah, exactly.
He look like Gary Oldman and Bram Stoker's Dracula.
He should have. He should have, man. Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts. The hitman's guard hitting the wife's man. Well, let me just say this. I liked it when it was simpler, man. You know, just when it was the hitman's bodyguard. And I wasn't too crazy about that film.
We're more than prepared for any assault.
What the
You would think two of my favorite people over here fighting, man. Stop, bring it up, stop. Why y'all fighting? I love both of you. Ryan Reynolds and Sam Jackson. Like those two people, I was not crazy about the movie, but I know a lot of people like the film.
I liked it quite a bit.
I remember. I was the odd one. I was the asshole out there, but I wasn't crazy about this movie. But I didn't hate it either. This is the movie where you have Sam Jackson as pretty much just a sociopathic hitman. He needs protection. I guess he's a witness or something. Is that what I forgot about some of this movie? But he needs protection. So they're getting the best bodyguard out there. Michael Bryce, played by Ryan Reynolds. Love those two guys. You would think that them being in a movie together that I'd like it a lot better, but I did not. But hey, I had nothing against it. Glad people enjoyed it. And most of all, we're done. You know, we're finished with that. No.
Hollywood said, nah, we ain't done until we stop making money. That's when
exactly.
we're done.
And then that's when I thought about it, like, oh, that's right. He got a goddamn wife. And she looking for her shine too right now. She says, shit, where my movie at? You know.
Just like a wife.
Just like a wife. Shit, I'm running things now. And that wife is played by Sonya, played by Selma Hayek. Again, somebody else that I love so much. But hey, you know what? As you've seen with many sequels out there, sometimes they're better, sometimes they're worse, you know. And sometimes I just didn't get it until I saw the second movie. I was like, oh, Jesus, you know, that's what I needed. Just more. I needed more expansion on the story. And you know, and it's also this movie here. They say it's also just a little bit sweeter. You know, this guy's got a wife now. She wants to start a family. They want to settle down, have a baby. Except one thing that's kind of throwing everything off. Oh, yeah, they're crazy. And somehow, just like with these movies, through, you know, shenanigans, man. Old Michael Bryce, who couldn't stand these people. And it's like me. It's like, you know what? Fine. I'm through with y'all. I ain't got to deal with y'all no more. Somehow, he gets brought right back in. Does it even make any sense? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer for The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. Yeah.
Then he got pulled back in.
Let's go!
Jesus! To protect this homicidal nutbag's wife.
What is he doing here?
Chad is saying, oh shit, the trailer guy's back. Now he's back.
It's weird the way he said, dude. This homicidal nut job. Yeah. They don't say stuff like that.
One hitman, one homicidal nutcase, and one wife get together for adventure and wacky shenanigans again. It was like, Jesus, man. That's when I knew. I was like, all right. Hey, you know, never mind. I'm not going to say anything too early.
We just acknowledge that not only are we safe, this really feels like a new beginning.
There's worse places he could be. I tell you what, Batman ain't getting none of that.
Yeah, he'd fall right there, and the DC would come in like, no.
Yep.
Pick him up, come on.
HR will come in right there.
Yeah,
exactly. Up.
We don't do this.
If it was me, I'd be like, I need another take.
Yep.
Another take. And we're going to be doing this all day. Just so you know.
Right.
Heroes do not do that. Damn, I got the human centipede going on right there.
Right?
For real.
But, yeah, people, so for the further adventures of Sonya, Michael Bryce, and Darius Kincaid, Darius and Sonya, these two have driven Michael crazy. Michael at one time used to be the best bodyguard out there. He was waiting on getting the best bodyguard award at the Best Bodyguard Awards. Then he's like, damn, even Samuel's like, damn, they got that shit? You're like, yeah, you ruined it for me. Now, they drove him to therapy. All he wants to do is just go somewhere and get some peace and quiet, get bodyguarding off his mind because he lost his license because they drove him so crazy, and just relax. Maybe find new life. Find himself back. But of course, these motherfuckers had to come back into the picture. And I'm going to tell you why in a little bit. Let's just say that, because of circumstances, sequel circumstances.
Sequel stances.
Sequel which means it don't make no sense. They get back together, go on one more adventure, and they must work together, this time not to save Darius, but the whole world. This is the first time. I'll tell you, I love Samuel Jackson. Who doesn't?
Sure.
Watched Samuel Jackson for years. I don't know why, but this is the first time that I've looked at Samuel Jackson and said, you know what, he should have said mother.
Oh, that never crossed your mind before?
Until now, I'm like, wow, he's really loud. I know that's his trademark.
But goddamn.
Everything, every 5 minutes, motherfucker, is it time, motherfucker? Am I late, motherfucker? Am I too loud for? I said, motherfucker. I was like, wow, man. Oh, now I get it. When people say Samuel Jackson's loud, I'm like, oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Like I said, man, this movie is so loud. This movie is and they're trying to keep up with with Samuel Jackson sometimes in this because he's one of the main loud ones in here. Poor Selma Hayek. Selma Hayek, even at her crazy, she had some. She's kind of sensuous. She got a little class with everything. She comes in. She kind of graces things when she comes in. Here, she is a hot-tempered Mexican version of Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, she's cranked up to 11.
She is. She is Samuel Jackson. Everything was Samuel Jackson's mother. She's mother. Motherfucker.
Every time.
Yeah.
She puts every emphasis in there.
Every moment.
A lot of Spanish twang on every single syllable.
Yes, and I mean, she got the movement to go with motherfucker.
Every time she says it, you feel like, I need an umbrella.
And like I said, you get them together. It's like there's moments where I'm just kind of like, man, let these people get a room, let them all day, because when they're quiet. Every time Ryan Reynolds walked into the room, I'm like, I don't know.
I know. Don't you feel like just go the other way?
Yeah.
Like while they're over there yelling at each other or whatever, just quietly walk away and go do your thing and live your life.
Because you gonna make them, they're good. You gonna make them mad, they gonna make you mad, and we gonna start this cycle all over again. No.
Turn around.
Oh, fuck, you saw him.
Hang on. What is he doing here?
You said, baby.
See, here we go. Here,
Oh, man.
here we go.
She took a minute to get that you said out.
Oh, yeah.
You said.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah, exactly.
shit.
You don't want to hear anything that comes after that.
It was like, that's when everybody's get up and leave, and they're like, fuck, all right, party's over.
Yeah, that's when you go. You know what? You're right. I take it. I'm sorry I said anything.
Nah, it's too late for that.
No, because she's talking to Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, it's true.
And look, he's already getting started.
Because she did a wind up.
You said.
Oh man, yeah, the hands.
Yeah, both of them got them fingers. Look at both of them got them fingers.
Sure
Oh
do.
shit! When them black and brown fingers come out, it's done.
Index fingers, yeah.
You said, you motherfucker, you motherfucker. It's like, oh shit, here we go. Say, Ryan, why'd you do this shit? You meant to start some shit. You got Ryan Reynolds. He comes in and starts the shit, and then he sits back as Michael Bryce, world's greatest hitman, who don't want to shut the fuck up.
World's greatest bodyguard.
Well, I'm sorry, world's greatest bodyguard. Sorry, excuse me. So many different things: wives, bodyguards, and hitmans around.
Yeah, it's easy to get confused. It's a shell game.
Can't wait for you to come out. The hitman's wife's bodyguards, nephew's cousin, and shit.
Oh, why'd you even say that?
I didn't. You know what's gonna happen?
Why'd you put it out there?
Those titles gonna be paragraphs.
We was good.
Yeah, sorry about that, y'all. It's been said.
Man's wife's babysits a cousin.
Yeah, cousin keeping his dogs.
Yeah, with his god brother.
Yeah, but meanwhile, the greatest bodyguard in the world can't shut the fuck up and leave well enough alone. He starts things, and then he comes in and he starts sitting in the back, acting like a Deadpool with his nuts cut off.
Yeah.
Acting like
Well, that's a good way to describe it.
yeah, it really is. He's like
Yeah.
Deadpool with PTSD and shit. He's always coming in acting like he's tired of hanging out or doing road trips with his alcoholic parents. You know, he started the shit, but then he sits back and the whole time he's just flustered. Guys, can we come on? Hey guys, can we? You know, you should have left him fuck alone. And I always come back on those two things. I'm on sabbatical and I said no killing. It's like, man, sit your ass down.
Yeah.
You know what? Really, I'm making it seem like these three characters are characters that get on my nerves and not. I actually don't think it's a bad thing. I'm gonna tell you where for me where it starts to get a little out of control, because I think that I don't know how you felt about these characters. I like these characters. I actually start to like them more than I did in the first movie.
Well, I really liked him in the first movie. And,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, man, Salma Hayek, she's always been so sexy. And
Oh, yeah.
as she gets older, she gets so much more annoying. Because the last three or four movies I've seen her in, and that was her character. She was supposed to be annoying, but
Yeah.
it's just a point where it's like, man, I've seen you 3 times and you got on my nerves to the point to where, like, your sexiness became like, yeah, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
to go, or I got to go.
Yes,
Oh, man.
yeah. Yes, you're hot, and I dealt with that shit for years, but now shut the fuck up. But she didn't bother me that much in this, because I like the dynamic between the three of them, especially between Salma Hayek and Ryan Reynolds. I actually like them. I got good laughs with them because, I mean, and the movie knows this. They're a slapstick duo, man. They're straight up a cartoon. They're Abbott and Costello.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, there's a point where they're straight up cartoons. There's a moment where she hits him with a car, and he flips up in the air like Homer Simpson.
Right. Yeah, it's a couple times. And and as much as you want to go like, hey man, you can't do that, I'm like, well, John Wick did it. Nobody said anything.
Shit, Deadpool.
You can't do that.
Deadpool got injured more than he did in this movie right here.
Right?
Shit, this fool, he's apparently made out of rubber and a mutant.
Yeah, to get hit by a car and flipped up in the air and just get up. I was like, what are you, Bruce Willis in Die Hard 6?
He got hit by a car, did flips in the air, and landed with a bang. And there's another scene where he went straight through a window.
Yeah.
Not a scratch.
Not a scratch.
Shit, Deadpool
just a little bit dazed.
got just a little. He's like, what the? Is this glass? You know, Deadpool will acknowledge shit. That fuck hurts.
Right,
That fucking
right.
hurts. I got bullet wounds.
Right. I gotta regenerate. At
Yeah,
this point.
Deadpool might be. Look, he might be almost immortal, but his body will get fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
He will lose limbs. He'll bleed. He'll get bullet holes. He'll get glass stuck all in his teeth and shit. This man don't have a scratch on him.
No.
This is a cartoon, people. You know, one moment he gets hit by a car. Another moment they got comedy of errors where she's dosing him with drugs. He's falling all over the place.
Oh.
She's slapping the shit out of him.
No. I'm not getting involved in this. I'm under strict psychological order. Finally, Darius isn't haunting my dreams.
Shut the fuck up, you motherfucker.
Yeah, I was kind of with her on that point.
Yeah, I was too. Yeah, shut your ass up. We 5 minutes in the movie. You already get on my goddamn nerves. But then the next moment that we have with them, she's trying to get his approval because, you know, she wants to have kids, and I guess they've had enough adventures now where his opinion means a lot to her.
I'll catch up with you later.
Oh, okay, that was funny. I gotta give him that one.
I laughed at that.
That was funny. The music that you, whoa, fuck! And she's so small too.
Yeah, they use her height to great comedic effect.
They should do, because that
shit was hilarious.
That ain't no
I'm sorry.
special effect. Notice how they strategically placed their ass behind it, and y'all didn't see shit.
That got me, man.
That got me
was funny
too.
as
Everybody
hell.
wrote like, fuck.
See you later.
That's when your mama catch you talking to somebody you shouldn't be talking to.
Who were you talking to? I would make a great mother, don't you think?
I
would
think
make
you,
a great
yes.
mother.
You know what I love? I love in the background, Samuel Jackson just chilling.
Oh, I didn't see him back there.
He's laid out taking a
He
nap.
looks like one of my uncles on a holiday, like just like fuck this. The
should like-
night is over.
Yeah, at the end
Yeah.
of Juneteenth.
He look
Yeah.
like one of them gone fishing posters.
Yeah, he does.
He's back there. He just back. Motherfucker. Listen, you kill a motherfucker.
You know, if you were Ryan Reynolds, you'd be looking over at him like, yo, man, could you come get her?
Right,
She's
for
scaring the
real.
fuck out of me right now.
Yeah.
It's 5 o'clock Juneteenth though, PM.
Yeah. My problem is not them, man. I can take this kind of dynamic on here. Like you see right there, there's funny bits in there, man. And I really do like Ryan Reynolds, man. Ryan Reynolds, I know that's his shtick, but he cracks me up, man. I love him in this movie right here. My problem is that the movie is just redundant. That's why the screaming was. I don't care if they're loud. All these characters are loud at some point. That doesn't bother me. What bothers me is that all of this is going through a cycle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that was a thing where the first movie, you know, it was tighter. The jokes were tighter. The plot had a good flow to it. You understood what was, you know, and it kept moving. And it only slowed down to have a bunch of character moments and banter back and forth. And here, it's a lot of things that are there plot-wise. They exist just to have a reason to have these characters together and to do stuff. And it's shorter than the first movie, significantly shorter, and yet it has less to do. So it's always looking for something to keep everybody. It's looking for a reason to keep everybody together.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty of times when it's like, okay, this should be done, and they're like, we gotta keep it going.
Yeah, they are trying to. They are really trying to keep it going. And the problem with me is that the movie does go through some heavy cycles here. With everything we're telling you, Sam Jackson, Salma Hayek, they talk really loud. They have sex or make out. They shoot a bunch of generic bad dudes. Ryan Reynolds gets frustrated. You wait 15 minutes and they repeat the same thing again. We keep going through it. The rest of the movie feels very generic. This wasn't made because they had like an idea. And I know how Hollywood works. I know.
We all know.
Yeah, this wasn't made because they had a genuine idea for a sequel or a great story.
No.
They just needed something quick so they could get a sequel out.
Yes.
What it was is like everybody's schedule is free. Let's make some money.
Exactly. Because even the plot, the whole thing with the villain, it's a James Bond villain.
That's what I wrote down. I said they went and they need to get this out so fast. They went and dug through James Bond's trash and pulled out this script.
Yes, it's from James Bond's trash, from one of these early drafts where somebody said, what if we had somebody do this? And everybody went like, that's dumb.
Yeah.
You could never get away with that.
They went through James Bond's garbage and found this script. And somebody even said, shit, it still got skid marks on it. He wiped his ass with it. We don't care. Just bring it over here. We ain't going to use everything.
Yeah, we don't care. We just want to get these guys back together again.
The plot, that's why I was waiting to tell you the plot with this. This is some dumpster diving James Bond shit they got going on. A dictator, a mob boss, an evil mastermind, and you know the thing is,
damn.
and
Greece is going to take over the world.
and you know that he's evil because he wears an ascot.
Yeah, exactly.
He look like Gary Oldman and Bram Stoker's Dracula.
He should have. You got a device that will shut down all the grids in Europe so that Greece can take over and rule.
What the fuck is Greece gonna do?
Not a fucking thing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Ask for some money.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit.
You know what they do.
Shit, what you gonna do with the rest of your? Put it in a fucking pita? Yeah, that's. I mean, this is so generic, and like the bad guys. The bad guys are so generic. They pretty much get up to just get in front of the bullet and do that shit.
Do a pop dance.
Do that dance.
Do a pop dance. Yeah.
Yeah, all of them doing the same shit. Yeah, man. Yeah, this for me is like at the moment I'm starting to like the characters a little bit more. They start pulling this shit with the story right here. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's just that point where you have to kind of decide where are you going to go with the characters or are you going to go with the story, and go with the characters.
Yeah.
Just a little hint, a word to the wise, and that choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
Swipe left.
So what's the best
story.
So what's the best thing on the menu? Like the characters. Don't fuck with the story. They make that shit in. So that's week old.
What's that? Oh, my friend said something about the story. I'll go with that.
Yeah, man.
That's that. I said lunch, not launch.
Right.
But I did like the characters in here. So they were making things slightly bearable for me. But again, like I said, it's just so redundant with them. But go ahead.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I agree with everything you're saying. That's how they were. It was surprising to me that while as much as I was just like, this always happens where a movie comes out and you don't expect it to be good, and it's a surprise. And then they do a sequel, and it's exactly what you thought that first movie was going to be. And that's what this was up until a point. There's also a point where Salma Hayek, like as thick as her accent is, she says, "I'm gonna go in and do a British accent," and you're like, psh. And when she does it, I was like, you know what? That's a lot better than I expected.
No, it's a lot better unless you find out they dubbed her ass over something. No. But no, I thought the same thing. I was like, damn, she's not that bad. You know, the casting here is also very interesting. Outside of Ryan Reynolds, Selma Hayek and Sam Jackson, the rest of the casting is actually kind of weird.
Or terrible.
Sometimes to good effect. I mean, Morgan Freeman, you saw him in the trailer for a moment. He comes in, and it's not like, and I'm gonna tell you this, it's not like, oh shit, it's Morgan Freeman. No, it's more like, Morgan Freeman, what the fuck you doing here?
Basically, he's one of my favorite actors. I even was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing here, man? I wasn't even mad about it, but it gets to a point where it's like, you're cool. Where your story goes is completely dumb. You know, they got a lot of twists and stuff with this, and I just like, okay, get out of here with this. We be better off not doing this. But he is funny in the movie.
Yeah, he is.
I liked him. And is where it starts to get like, it goes downhill from here for me as far as supporting characters. Nothing against the man. I like Antonio Banderas. I dare say I love Antonio Banderas, but Antonio Banderas, he's laying on a little bit too thick here for me. Even for Antonio Banderas. And also Antonio Banderas, and I don't know what's going on. Recently, every movie I've seen Antonio Banderas I've seen him in. Antonio Banderas, it looks like he has to stop and squeak out a fart real quick. Because have you noticed that every movie he talks and then he'll just stop and look off into nothing, and one eye kind of trembles a little bit, and you can hear a poop come, and he'll come back to talking. And the people looking at him like, man, did you just fart? You watching the movie. He does it. Look, he did that movie with all the minors.
Oh, I didn't see that. Last thing I saw him in was Doolittle.
Yeah, I think in Doolittle he even did it. In this movie, he definitely, there's a moment, because I saw it, like, he fucking did it again. There's a moment he was talking and he just, what was I saying?
He's always done that, but it just looks weird now that he's older. I'm not even trying to get
right.
It's just something he used to, because remember he was the sexy guy that came on
right,
back in
in
the early 90s.
Yeah.
And he had his looks.
Yeah.
And now you can't be doing the same looks when you're 60.
Yeah, because when when you're sick, because when you're 20 and 30s, that's kind of like, are you winking at me? That was kind of cute. Right. You 60 something, it's like,
oh, he's having a stroke.
You're giving a stroke.
Are you farting real quick?
Yeah.
Try not to shit on yourself.
Exactly.
Hold on.
You're trying to squeeze this out without getting the meat.
Hold on. Anyway, what was I saying? You were talking about world domination.
Yeah, and I think it wasn't just a yeast, man. I think you got the whole loaf there. Oh shit!
Shit, even they Puss in Boots kind of did it. Yeah. But yeah, I like him. But I mean, his characters, for a character who's supposed to like try to rule Europe, he either lays it on real thick, trying to like keep up with the craziness of the other characters, or he's just not much of a villainous presence at all.
I mean, it's such a dumb character and a dumb premise that there's only so much he could have done with it. It was weak. I mean, I'm sure he could have done more if there was more to be done.
The one who really needed to pack up and go home was your boy Frank Grillo.
I know, man. People. I mean, I'll say people. I mean, a lot of people, myself included, they love to see Frank Grillo. But
he's finally getting his due.
Yeah. It's like, oh, good, he's in this, and it's like, oh shit, he's thinking up the place.
For real?
I actually like Frank Grillo a lot too. And again, I don't think this is him. It's just that Frank Grillo. I criticized the movie for being generic. I wish he was more generic, because they're trying to make something out of his role. He's a detective from Boston who hates Europe, and they really are trying to. First of all, this is such a minor role. They don't even need to give this character that much time.
They really don't.
And they're trying to actually push his character to be funny with everybody else when that character's a non-character. And when they do that, when you have a character that has nothing, you get nothing. But the movie really is proud of it, because he wants to go back to Boston. He hates Europe. He gets a Scottish partner who's a woman. And the best thing that he's got is, hey, Sean Connery over here. And it would be, and everybody's like, what the fuck? And it would be funny if in the movie everybody's kind of like, yeah, here, and take your non-funny ass back to Boston. Mm-hmm. But the movie is like, shit, ain't Frank funny? No. What's up, my boy Frank? He's crazy, ain't he?
Yeah, it's one of those things you go like, wait, he's an Interpol agent who doesn't like being in Europe.
Right.
I didn't even think about
I just want to go back to Boston. And it's like, man, you laying that Boston shit on so thick that it's cartoonish.
It really
and
is.
you're making Bostonians look bad.
Yeah, but
like
also
they're ignorant.
You're Interpol. You don't want to be in Europe. Well, somewhere you took the wrong off ramp,
Yeah.
brother. Because did you not know what
Shit.
Interpol means?
Yeah.
That means that's all you gonna do is be in Europe.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, you missed the first
Exactly.
day, or
Should took that security guard job.
yeah.
It's not Frank Grillo's fault, man. This is a character that should just be a walk-on real quick.
It should be. I mean, if anything, this should be, since this is the guy who has to recruit them to get them going, he should be a straight character, somebody they could play off of. They don't even need Frank Grillo for this. And yet,
No.
somehow, either direction or on his own, he decided, well, if they're going to be crazy, I'm going to be crazy too.
Frank got jokes.
Let me match them. Hey, guys, let's, comedy, back and forth. Let's do this.
They even listening to him. They're like, what? Fuck it, I do it on my own.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pretty much.
exactly.
Diggery.
Yeah. Oh, Frankie got jokes over here. Oh, Frankie been writing material on the plane. Let's try it.
Well, old Frankie has been in the game for a minute.
He has.
And,
Oh, yeah.
And finally, they're letting him do shit. Like, he
I
got that
know.
new show, and he's getting bigger and bigger. And now he's like, oh, it's time. He's saying, like, now sit your ass
Stand
down.
back. I got this. No,
Ryan, Sam,
Frank, no, you don't have no.
you guys relax.
And it seems like the scenes he's in with them when he's doing all that screaming and hollering, they sit there quiet, just looking at him, waiting for him to get done.
Yeah,
gonna cut this
it's
later,
funny
so.
because the characters are kind of feeling like we do, but you can feel the movie like, hey,
wow.
Frankie funny, Frankie crazy, ain't he?
There's nothing worse than when you can feel a movie going, come on, laugh at this, right?
Yeah,
It's like,
that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is,
That's
man.
right. The comedian
Nobody
bomb.
say nothing, so he can just stop.
Yeah, movie. I tell you this. Opens up funny. I love the opening with the therapist, man. She said, that, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but she had me laughing so hard, especially on one particular part. The movie is beautiful, too. I think that this takes place in Italy, but they say Croatia, and they take I think they say both, like Croatia and Italy, I think they shot mostly in Croatia, and it looks nice. It's a great looking film, man. Like I said, I really like Ryan Reynolds, man, in this. Well, I thought it was a nice touch with him because he spends half the movie covered in blood from other people. And the movie don't say anything about it. He's just speckled with blood the whole time. And it's funny that they don't say anything about it because he's just so defeated that he can't even wipe the blood off of him, man. It's not totally lost on me. I laughed quite a few times. Most of them were chuckles, but there were a couple of times I laughed out loud, man. It's mainly when the movie knew it was absurd and they just went with it.
Yeah.
The action parts, really, it's the comedy, and when they get just ridiculous with it, that's when I'm actually having fun. The action parts and all of the like I said, the generic henchmen and action story stuff, that stuff I didn't like too much.
Other than a promising opening, I thought it just like, all right, you guys are just here to just do the tango and collect the check and kind of run back over what you've done before. And they do. It repeats itself. At some point, they really embrace the absurdity. So all that stuff was funny. I will say I left this movie liking it a lot more than I did when I came into it. And that's rare that happens. Usually by the midpoint, you're like, well, I know where this is going. But I thought it got better.
What'd you give it?
I give it a high rental.
Okay. Yeah, I'm close there with you, but it just repeats itself too much for me. For those laughs that I did get, for me it's kind of it's a rental. It's just straight up rental. But I'm like you. Even though it's a straight up rental, I did like it more than I thought I would. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's when the screening we were at, people having fun. So I don't know.
Yeah, at some point I was having fun. I heard myself laughing where in the beginning I wasn't, and then I was like, all right, I got to give it up to this. It does turn out to be a fun movie.
Yeah. No, it's like I said, it's mostly because of the characters that were doing that. But hey.